6:02 this morning. The case getting national attention because of this viral video will come to an end today. Taylor Smith, the teen who pushed her friend off a Washington bridge, will be sentenced this afternoon. Smith pleaded guilty last week to reckless endangerment. The plea deal was in exchange for house arrest and community service. We'll learn even more details about that sentence today. As for the girl pushed off the bridge, there she is. Her name is Jordan Holgerson. She spent time in the hospital with a punctured lung and broken ribs.
8 years after the murder of Rainier's police chief Ralph Painter, his family is finally getting justice. His killer, Daniel Butts, pleaded guilty in court yesterday and was sentenced to life in prison. Painter's son spoke to Butts directly in court.
And I can always wish for one more big bear hug, but I will never get one. I love you, Dad.
Painter's wife also spoke, saying she had lost the love of her life. Butts shot Chief Painter in 2011 after he confronted him during a car theft. He has schizophrenia and will serve his sentence at the Oregon State Hospital until he's cleared to go to prison. He'll be eligible for parole in 49 years.
Police are saying they need help identifying a few suspicious characters in Happy Valley. They were caught on home surveillance video. You can see at least 3 people going driveway to driveway, peeking in the windows of cars and testing door handles. This happened Thursday night near Southeast 152nd and Misty Drive. Fortunately, the homeowner who captured this video had his cars locked, and police are asking other neighbors to do the same thing. So if you're able to recognize any of these suspects, you're asked to call the number on your screen.
The town of Kittitas in central Washington held a candlelight vigil for one of its own last night. A sheriff's deputy killed in the line of duty. This is video from that tribute for Ryan Thompson. A road rage suspect shot and killed him after a car chase last Tuesday. Kittitas police officer Benito Chavez was also shot before the suspect was killed. He's going to be okay, though. Many community members still distraught. They say their town is small and close-knit, and they didn't expect a shooting to happen on their main street. Tomorrow afternoon, a memorial service will be held for Thompson at Central Washington University. He leaves behind a wife and 3 kids.
A Vancouver woman is getting credit for helping solve a decades-old murder, all because she wanted to learn more about her ancestry. KGW's Mike Benner explains how a simple DNA test led authorities to a suspected killer.
It was the last thing I ever thought would happen.
Brandy Jennings says it was early last summer that she decided she wanted to learn more about her family, specifically her dad's side of the family.
My dad died in 2009, and my parents divorced when I was 4.5, and we moved out of state. So I didn't really know my dad that well.
Like so many people these days, Jennings uploaded her DNA profile to the genealogy website GED Match. She forgot about it until late last week.
And then I started getting messages from people in Iowa saying, "Are you related to Jerry Burns?"
65-year-old Jerry Burns of Manchester, Iowa, arrested in December for the 1979 murder of then 18-year-old Michelle Martinko.
I guess it was a really vicious and just unnecessary killing, you know, the way it happened.
And chances are it would still be unsolved had it not been for Jennings and her desire to learn more about her family. She says the DNA she submitted to the genealogy website partially matched the suspected killer's DNA that investigators had uploaded to the site. That partial DNA match gave detectives the evidence they needed to zero in on Jerry Burns, a distant relative of Brandy Jennings.
I'm glad. I mean, I'm really glad I did it because, you know, that's I like true crime and stuff, but I can't imagine being the family not knowing for 39 years, you know, what happened.
A decades-old murder in Iowa solved, thanks in large part to a woman in Vancouver, Washington.
He probably never thought he would get caught, you know. 40 years he went without ever getting caught. So
Mike Benner for KGW News.
I'm Christine Pitawanich in the newsroom. Time now for your headlines. Here are some of the national stories we're tracking in your morning rush. Chicago prosecutors are dropping all charges against Jussie Smollett. The mayor and police chief are baffled. The former Empire actor was indicted on 16 felony counts after investigators say he staged a hate crime attack on himself. Smollett will instead serve 2 weeks of community service and let the city of Chicago keep the $10,000 bond he paid. And the maker of OxyContin is pledging nearly $200 million to fund a center for opioid addiction and research. That's how Purdue Pharma agreed to settle a lawsuit with Oklahoma. The state sued Purdue, arguing it deceptively marketed OxyContin and was responsible for the nationwide opioid crisis. Purdue still faces around 2,000 similar lawsuits. Rockland County in New York is declaring a state of emergency amid a measles outbreak. 153 cases of the virus have been reported there since October. Unvaccinated kids are now being banned from public places, and parents who defy that rule could face criminal charges. And check this out. What a scary moment on a South Florida highway. Look at that. Dashcam video from a tractor trailer shows that white Mustang veering out of an express lane, doing a complete 360-degree turn. The car hit the 18-wheeler before speeding away. The semi did have some damage, but luckily no one was hurt. Wow. And that's your morning rush. Back to you.
I'm still speechless from that. That is insane that was the only damage. So lucky. All right, Christine, thank you so much. Now we want to get you an update on the condition of Blazers center Jusuf Nurkic. He had surgery on his left leg yesterday. Sports news website The Athletic reports, luckily, there was no nerve or muscle damage. Nurkic broke his leg during Monday night's game after landing awkwardly on another player's foot. The Blazers say Nurkic is expected to make a full recovery, but there's no timeline on when he could come back to the court. And I was reading from some surgeons that do this procedure that the bone grows over, and there's some other mineral that your body produces to kind of fix that fracture, and it comes back even stronger.
Oh, that's great news.
Before, yeah. And so he's only 24 years old. He's going to be good to go.
Take
Maybe not
all
next
the
season.
time you need, exactly, as long as he comes
at
back.
Least once